Right, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport for some Six Nations actions. Apologies, we are a little bit late. Had a few issues that we need to sort out, but we are live, and the game is yet to kick off. So we still got a little bit of time for what's going to be an action-packed afternoon of Six Nations Rugby. We have got Ireland versus Wales in Dublin at the Aviva Stadium, and following this will be the Calcutta Cup as Scotland host England later today. So I think should be in for two really good games. Very interesting sort of games for different reasons. Obviously, in this game, you're expecting Ireland to be very much the favourites, very much the dominant side. The question is, can Wales compete, for example? And we're about to find out, aren't we? Whereas later, I think it's a bit more sort of evenly balanced, although I do think genuinely that if Scotland rock up and play to their full capabilities from the get-go, that they can actually put that England side away quite comfortably. So welcome to the watch-along. I'm going to get a poll running in the comments asking you who you think is going to win. And then we will look at the teams. So let's get sort of settled in, shall we? Because, yeah, I think we're in for an absolute cracker. I hope we're in for a cracker. Nobody wants to sit here and watch a one-sided affair. But I think this Welsh side are a lot more than what we give them credit for. I think the one thing we all know that Warren Gatland does so well is he makes teams competitive very quickly. Doesn't matter what he's got to work with, he can make... He'll get up the best. He'll get the most out of any team he has. That's what makes him such a good coach. Some people don't rate him. I'm a big Warren Gatland fan. I think he just makes teams very difficult to beat. And maybe for example, sometimes he's been guilty, maybe not preventing them to be able to win more games, be a bit more sort of braver, more attacking orientated, for example. But he makes teams very tough to beat. And that's sometimes all you need, really. So we're going to look at the two teams. We'll start with the home side, which is, of course, Ireland. And it is as follows. Andrew Porter, Dan Sheehan, Tyg Furlong in that front row. Joe McCarthy continues in the number 4 jersey next to Tyg Byrne. Moving on, Peter O'Mahony, the captain, next to former World Player of the Year. Josh van der Fleer, Caleb Doris completing that pack. Jamison Gibson Park, Will partner Jack Crowley. James Lowe, Calvin Nash on either wing. In the centres, we do have Bundy Aki and Robbie Henshaw. Kieran Frawley will get a chance at 15 with Hugo Keenan being ruled out with injury. Off the bench, it will be Ronan Kelleher, Kian Healy, Ollie Jaeger on debut, James Ryan, Ryan Baird, Jack Conan, Conor Murray, Stuart McCloskey in what is a 6-2 split. For the men in red, it is Gareth Thomas, Elliot D, Kieran Azarati in the front row, backed up by Captain Daff Jenkins, Adam Beard, and then Alex Mann, Tommy Raffel, Aaron Wainwright, the back row. And on screen, just by the way, very, very important, the first ever Italian referee in the Six Nations, Andrea Priardi, who does take charge today. You then got Thomas Williams next to Sam Costello, who's back into the side. Nick Tompkins, George Holt in the centres, Rio Dye, Josh, and Cameron Winnett is your back three for Wales. Off the bench, it will be Ryan Elias, Corey Domachowski, Dylan Lewis, Will Rowlands, Mackenzie Martin on debut, Kieran Hardy, Owen Lord, and Mason Grady as the whistle blows. And we do get play underway at the Aviva Stadium, going down pretty central and pretty deep there from Crowley, and it's an early touch, I think, from looks like Cameron Winnett, who takes into contact pretty well. This, by the way, is the last game that we will see with these two teams in these colours from next year. One of them will be in an alternative strip due to the clash with colour with those with colour deficiency. So that's quite a big debate at the moment. A pretty decent exit there from Wales, but not finding touch. Ball comes inside to James Lowe. James Lowe looking to run. And gets past to the halfway line there. So first opportunity for Ireland with ball in hand. Gibson Park goes to the left-hand side. First carry of the day for Josh van der Fleer. It won't be the last. He'll be very involved this afternoon. You do expect the former player of the year. Good pass from Tyg Byrne. And shot quickly there has Josh Adams. And he's had a bit of a head contact. He's looking a bit groggy. Now a bit of an overlap here for Wales. And for Ireland rather. A little kick inside. And that should be able to be marked. No, he will let it bounce. Will Thomas Williams, and I think he'll just dab it in behind, and we'll bring it to a stop. We had a goal line clearance, so you're not happy as Josh, and I think it was a little bit of a whiplash almost, and he went up for the tackle, and wasn't particularly happy afterwards. So we'll have to monitor that and see exactly what is wrong. You can see rushing up the defend. That's what created the overlap that George North had to try and get across. Yeah, it was the tackle on Bandiaki that is where Josh Allen has picked up that knock. Does look like he will be okay to continue though. Right, Sam Costello back into the mix here. Goes down the left-hand side. You carry that from Caelan Doris. It'll be one of your main ball carriers for Ireland today. Little short ball over there to Dan Sheehan. Gives the park once going on the left-hand side. Back to goes on the right side. Jack Crowley, rather. So I carry that from Robbie Henshaw. Gives the park one up to the head. Tyke Byrne for his receiver. And on the spin goes Tyke Byrne. He gets the offload away to his captain, Peter O'Mahony. Good work this from Ireland. Just short of the 22. Down the left-hand side, they go to Crowley. Not the greatest pass to him. And a lot of pressure there is Calvin Nash. And a big counter-back coming from Wales. But they use it. Jefferson Gibson Park. Good offload there to Josh van der Fleer. So good skills being shown here by Ireland. But so far, the defence of Wales is standing up tall. And on the right side, there's a lot of space. They want to use it. They are trying to use it. Go to James Lowe. He gets the offload away. It's knocked on. So we will probably have our first set piece of the day. No, it's been turned over. So now Wales in the counter attack. Looking to try and get through as Cameron Winnett. Winnett now going to his captain. Thought about the boot, then decided to go to offload it to Tommy fell there, but no advantage. Penalty for offside for Ireland, so Wales get the first penalty of the game, and opportunity for them to get outside their half. Costello will find touch at about halfway between the 10-metre line and the 22. So Wales progressing up. It'll be really, really good for Wales if they were to get the first try of the day, I think. I think that would give them a lot of confidence. And, yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's about belief, isn't it? And so the more they score, the earlier they score, for example, and the more they settle into this match, the more they start to believe they can get something out of it. It's a good line there from Aaron Wainwright. And in the midfield, so, okay, Thomas Williams now going to... From now, George North. Getting past Bandiaki, just short. On the 22 on the right-hand side, they can win a bit of a step off his right boot, back inside. And Bandiaki's gone over that ball, slightly isolated and won the penalty. So frustrating that from Wales, their first real opportunity with ball in hand. And they can see a turnover and a penalty. And Ireland will once again be able to get themselves back into Welsh territory this time. You can just see just slightly isolated and arriving too late and not doing enough there was Rio Dyer. Bandiaki in such a good position of strength, playing such good rugby at the moment as Bandiaki. Just amazing how he's managed to sort of just reinvent himself and add a bit more to his game in the last year or two. Right, into Wales territory, the Ireland do go, and it's competed there with Type but it falls back down to Gibson Park, who fires it out towards Currie. It goes to James Lowe on his right shoulder. Nick Tompkins stands up tall, but it's a good leg drive and assistance from Josh van der Fleer. It means they still go forward ball. Gibson Park now going to Dan Sheehan. Down the right-hand side now, Crowley first receiver wants to do that wrap around. No penalty, no advantage there. They'll go back for the penalty, back towards the halfway line for a high tackle. I think it's against Nick Tompkins. It's behind the 10-metre line, so it probably is within range, but be interested to see if they do go for the points. I reckon they'll probably go for the corner, yeah. So you can just see Nick Tompkins just getting it slightly wrong there. Yeah, it's the high tackle there on James, a bit of a seatbelt tackle. Yeah, I'll take the points here. So Jack Crowley, and what a season Jack Crowley's having at the moment. there was a lot of question marks about can they cope without Johnny Sexton. What was life going to be like after Johnny Sexton? I tell you what, Jack Currie has put away all the doubt there and stepped up and very much proven, I think, so far that he is international quality and very much the heir to be opportunity for Ross Byrne, but he had a couple of injuries and therefore Jack Currie's got the opportunity and he's taking it very well, and that looks like a good kick. Plenty of distance on that, straight over the middle, and Ireland will pick up the first points of the game through the boot of Jack Currie, and they go to 3 points to nil after just shy of 7 minutes. So a solid start from the defending champions. Byrne. Under the restart there, good take from him. Jamison Gibson Park, we can see is quite quickly. Crowley, that's pretty flat hands. Good offload though to Peter O'Mahony. Good rush defence though from Wales, means that they've lost a bit of gain line. Goes all the way back to James Lowe. Often use that cannon boot of his, but he hasn't found touch though, so Cameron Willard runs onto it. No advantage to Sam Costello. Almost runs into Adam Beard, almost obstruction. Quick ball here for Thomas Williams. Flat to Dash Jenkins. Williams looking for options. He finds Wainwright. He's difficult to miss with that blonde hair at the moment. And Andrew Porter's being allowed to play that. Wins the penalty. Big celebration coming from him. Yeah, and again, you know, you look at that. It's an interesting law at the moment, the whole jack on the ground. A lot of people talking about the hands beyond the ball, for example, or hands on the ground before on the ball, and that where that's it's not legal. You have to have the hands on the ball there. And once again, you know, you look at that, for example, and it's very, very marginal whether his hands were on the ground before or on the ball first. So there's a lot to debate when it comes to the law, and it'd be very interesting to see how that gets officiated as the year goes on. But in the meantime, Andrew Porter winning a penalty, and I can get back into Welsh territory and look to continue building on that early lead. We go short to Jamison Gibson Park, and Dan Sheehan down the blind side. He's run over Josh Adams, which is no small feat. He's a good defender, Josh Adams. Andrew Porter picks up and goes, and there's an advantage here for Ireland. Now Gibson Park goes to Dawes, pops it up to Crowley. Crowley to James Lowe. James Lowe goes short to Bundy Aki. Bundy Aki bumps Nick Tompkins out the way before the tackle is the ball is gripped in the tackle. They'll go back for the penalty advantage. You can see the annoyance there from Bundy Aki. Far too easy, but this is really... I mean, Josh Adams, he gets himself to a reasonable position as well. Completely bundled over by Dan Sheehan. One of the best hookers in the world for good reason. Right, so on the 5 meter line, Ireland looking 7.1 meters to be exact. Looking for their first opening try of the game here on the 10-minute mark. Dan Sheehan, I don't think we'll go shorter once again. They're going to go to the front of the line to Ty Byrne. It's a solid take, and they're going to look for the rolling more here. So far, pretty well set though from Wales, and in fact, Ireland are actually going backwards. They're trying to shift it well. This is great more defense here from Wales. Going very much sideways here. Surely the call to use will come. Now they've managed to find a different angle though. Still very short. That's brilliantly defended. And in fact, I think they are actually on Dan Sheehan. This could be turned over ball. That is textbook, by the way. If you wanted a good example of what a good more defense looks like, just play that over and over again. That is absolutely brilliant defense from Wales. They were well set from the get-go as soon as they came down. Worked really, really hard there. I think it's Alex Mann that's managed to get through and get hands on the ball. And Tompkins is down there. That's brilliant more defense. Fantastic work there from Wales. That'll give them a big confidence boost. Have a reset. It's actually the first scrum of the day. Interesting to see how it goes. Warren Gatton very much looking at props, which are a bit more mobile, I think, than just sort of for scrummager. You also have to look at how props have to be mobile these days. They have to kind of reinvent themselves. Something like a Ty Bird, always been a decent scrummager, but it was only until he sort of added to his game that he sort of came into that sort of world-class category. So Garrett Thomas up against Ty Bird and Kieran Azarati up against Andrew Porter. And all your matchups for the props. Right, there we go. Looks like a better hit there from Wales. Big shot came from Ivan. They do go on the right-hand side. Yeah, do Wales. Josh Adams goes to the boot. Won't find touch. Frawley goes inside to Crowley, I think it is. No, it's Robbie Henshaw, in fact. It's a good tackle there coming from Alex Mann. We'll chip him behind there from Crowley, but it's been picked up by Thomas Williams. Well read from the scrum off. Big fan of Thomas Williams, but penalty for sealing off. That's really, really poor. All feet of the breakdown is the core, and Thomas Williams has done really well to dive on the ball. And then in trying to keep it, just going off their feet and sealing off, it was Wales, and they've allowed Ireland another opportunity here. Bundyaki inside ball there to Dan Sheehan, trying to put something a bit different on the line of Ireland. Now fanning out to the right hand side, Kellen Doris. Crowley goes to Robbie Henshaw, not too much support, so he'll land back inside. Good tackle coming from Tommy Raffel. Now Ty Byrne. Or Furlong rather. Andrew Porter steps inside, but it's a good tackle. So far the Welsh defense has been pretty solid. Not too much direction there from Ireland. A lot of players standing around, and now they look a bit more organised. Now, ball over the top to Frye. A lot of space down the side for Nash. Steps inside, but it's a good tackle coming from Rio Dyer. Gibson Park goes to Crowley. That's a great tackle. That's brilliantly read. Come up the line quickly there, and that's the turnover from... that is a huge tackle. I think it's Kieran Azarati who's come up. Sorry, it's Garrett Thomas, who's flown up, and he's absolutely hammered Joe McCarthy, who, by the way, is one of the best ball carriers in the competition. Yeah, and winning the penalty there as well because it was isolated and they got the rate. I mean, look at this tackle. Bang, nice and low. Hammers Joe McCarthy, and then of all the players you want, Tommy Raffel is probably the number one there in terms of affecting that turnover. It's a great tackle. They're nice and low. Falls right in front of Tommy Raffel. Now Wales with the penalty. Wales with the 10-meter line. And in ball in hand with Elliot D. Goes to the top, and it's a good take from Aaron Wainwright, but that is a free kick for Namad. Wow, that's really poor. I think it's Tommy Raffel who's actually been penalised there. Really, really poor that from him. Just getting the line out completely wrong there, the Welsh. A couple of guys standing in and out. So I reckon I'll go for the scrum, yeah. That's a big scrum that from Ireland. That'll be a penalty advantage there. There it is. There you go immediately to Bundyaki. Bundyaki inside ball though. Back to Jack Crowley. Presents it well for Gibson Park. Robbie Henshaw trying to get around in between a couple of defenders. Andrew Porter now. Going the direct route up to the halfway line of Ireland. With a penalty advantage. They go down the left-hand side. Show and go from Frawley. Another penalty advantage. Pick up a guy from Kalen Doris. Makes a meter or two. James Lowe, Gibson Park. Henshaw fires out to Josh Bonifia. He's got a space. Adams wraps himself around and manages to bring him down. Now back towards Jack Crowley to Andrew Porter. Up to James Lowe. Henshaw decides to try straight, but he runs to the Adam Beard. Still penalty advantage here for Ireland. Now a little cross kick towards Dan Sheehan down the wing. And he's run over Stan Costello rather. Rio Dye eventually helping make the tackle there. Now Crowley going to Peter O'Mahony. Ireland on the left-hand side. Some nice offloads, but a good read there from Nick Tompkins, except that he's taken a while to be able to bring him down. And the wrap around, the ball's just gone a little bit forward, I think. James Lowe, ball back inside. James Lowe, who's trying to clear. No. Play on is the call. Now the ball comes across and goes out. I think it was actually advantage over. So in the end, actually very good defence there for Wales. You absorbed a lot of pressure. Didn't concede much gain line. Advantage over. And they managed to, I think it'll be an Ireland line-out. But that scrum there, you can just see Garrett Thomas absolutely nowhere there. Kieran Azarati pops up. Elliot D pops up. Right, so it'll be an Ireland. It will be an Ireland line. They're having a check there. But a messy lineup though. Elliot D's come away with it. So Ireland lost the ball, but the ball's coming across to Ireland side at the breakdown. Eventually, it's gone back to the Welsh side, but I think it could be hands-on. So I think they'll go back for the initial knock-on. So we'll have a scrum here for Wales. You see, again, the timing slightly wrong, and Peter O'Mahony desperately trying to grab it. Yeah, I don't think Dan Sheehan was particularly happy. So hanging on so far are Wales, but about 73% possession for Ireland. Huge scrum and penalty for Ireland. This is going to be a bit of a problem there for Wales. Not managing that front row at all. And if it keeps looking like that, then I think we might see an earlier introduction. Let's try and see over here. This time it's Azarati who's been hammered this time now by Andrew Porter on that left-hand side there. You can see going straight through him. Once again, turning on the points here, Ireland going towards the corner. Almost 20 minutes into the game. No tries so far for either side. Just the 3 points from Jack Crowley early on. Tyburn goes up. It's a good take from him. This is going to be a try, right? Because it's a very well set more. They're desperately trying to get that last meter to Dan Sheehan. There it is. Eventually, the Welsh defense was breached. It did seem like a bit of a matter of time. They were holding on really bravely, but that time the more was very well set. Did just hold up a little bit, but eventually Dan Sheehan managing to go over. "24 caps, 9 tries for the Irish hooker." Front of the line once again, Tyburn goes up. This time the hit from Wales, not as good as last time. Jack Currie, Bandiaki, all involved there. Gibson Park as well. And just that final little shove to get Dan Sheehan over. Johnny Sexton in the crowd. Not too much emotion on his face so far. Right, let's see Jack Crowder to try and add the extra 2. Looking pretty good. Yeah, very good kick there. Right, 10 points to 0 after 21 minutes. And the home side now starting to assert the dominance a little bit. They've all the possession so far. Wales with very little possession, which you kind of expect, actually. I don't think you expect Wales to have a lot of the ball in hand yet today. But characteristically, usually very good defensive effort. So to get that first try is very important there for Ireland. But Wales, they can hit back, still in this game. Around the left-hand side. And it's Taylor Doris who's taking that. Gibson Park going to Crowley. Dan Sheehan in the midfield, the try scorer. Oh, and trying to get that turnover there was Elliot D, but not running away. So it's a penalty for Ireland. So now Wales' discipline, but just costing them a little bit. Kind of sort of preventing them from getting any sort of foothold in the game. Yeah, 7 penalties in Wales in the first 22 minutes. It's basically a penalty every 3 minutes, and that's going to be a big problem. Cannot concede that sort of number of penalties and expect to be able to get into this game. So just lacking a bit of accuracy at the moment here, Wales. Right, and Peter Marley goes up and comes down with it, but Adam Beer's gone through it. The Dan Sheehan breaks. Gets away from the first tackle. Elliot D working hard at the breakdown though. On the halfway line, Gibson Park's got a blocker in Andrew Porter. Looks like he's going to go to the boot here. Does go to the boot. And it's pretty well placed up against the touch line. And it's taken out by Josh Adams. But it will be an Ireland's line out. He's got that bit wrong, actually, Josh Adams. I think it was close enough that he could have put his foot in the touch, taken it, and would have been out the full. Instead, he went aerially and then landed out. So a little bit silly there from Josh Adams. You kind of expect better from somebody who's as experienced as he is. That's another pretty poor line out there from Ireland, and it's knocked on from Dabs to Gibson Park. So it's going to be a turnover ball here. So for all that they've had all the possession so far, I'm a little bit sloppy. They've not been particularly accurate. They haven't been that expansive with ball in hand. The lineouts have been a bit messy. It's not really been a clinical performance so far from Ireland. Once again, getting the time completely wrong there, Joe McCarthy and Dan Sheehan this time. Sabi Kiwi saying, Ireland don't look too impressive. Line drives are easy work these days. Not that easy, but yeah. It is very much often a go-to. When things aren't going well, you kind of just go back to your drive. And if it's working well, then lacquer. But yeah, I said, just haven't quite been as accurate as I'd like to be so far from Ireland. But I think similarly, you can say the same thing about Wales. Haven't been quite where they want to be. So it's been a bit of a messy game so far. Hopefully, we'll see a bit of improvement from both sides. Soki saying Wales gonna be prime for the box for the first game this year. No, they'll be a good game. I don't think it's gonna be a walkover by any means. But this time, well, free kick for Ireland for the ball going being put in skew. They don't often see that being called, so Andrew Piatti showing that he's not afraid to make the big calls there. It is a free kick for Ireland with the dominance. I think Peter O'Mahony has called for the scrum. Mark's only saying it's Dan Dweber. Hey, should put some respect on Dweber's name. You see the little side that he brought out last week, just dusty up later Fassi. Good times, good times. Penalty advantage for Ireland. Does get to Park. Does just get away from one. Looking for options. Go down the left-hand side. Robbie Henshaw to James Lowe. James Lowe steps inside. He almost lost the ball. Robbie Henshaw's actually done really well to get the ball off him. They're 5 minutes out now. Ireland back into Joe McCarthy. But forward from their hands there. So forward from Piatti is the decision. And it will be a scrum for Wales. Who are they held on a couple of times. But it was a little bit poor from them. They just sort of switched off a little bit. Just Gibson Park managed to find a bit of space. You can see there, Tyg Furlong asking for the scrum there. He reckons he's got the dominance, and he's pretty right there, to be fair. That was a bit better. Then eventually the second shove came in from Andrew Porter's side more than Tyg Furlong's side. Yeah, and Thomas Williams has been taken out by one of the Irish players there, which meant that Wales were fended down, which is what created the overlap. No, so I don't think it'll be a walkover. So if I'm agreeing with you, I think Wales are a good side. I think it's going to be a tough game for us, especially overseas, especially our first game of the season. No, I think it'll be a tough game. Wales are always a tough game for us. All right, Aidan Rainwright from the back of the scrum there. Gibson Park doing well, but support does arrive for Wales. Thomas Williams wants the pod, yeah. Goes to his captain, Daff Jenkins. Big counter came from Josh van der Fleer. Thomas Williams. Looking for touches. James Lowe's got a bit of time. Gets himself in a good position. He's got a couple of options. He wants to go himself. It is James Lowe. Almost running into the referee. Now on the right-hand side, Caelan Doris. All right, once again on the front foot here. Bundy Aki steps inside. Good chop tackle there from Sam Costello. Managed to grab one of his legs. Gives the park on the left-hand side to Furlong. And penalty right in front of the poles for not rolling. And I think Piatti's going to have a word with Daff Jenkins here. A lot of penalties so far racking up for Wales. Yeah, so you can just see having a conversation there. I think Wales conceded about, I'm not even joking, about 10 penalties so far. Yeah, the stats here. Discipline. Where is the discipline actually? There's 7 penalties conceded there, but that's not been updated. There's been at least 2. Wow, to be fair, I think there's been 1 more penalty, but there's been 2 or 3 penalty advantages. So, yeah, the Welsh discipline at the moment is really, really poor. And Ireland, at the half-hour mark, haven't really made them pay just yet, but they're on the 5 meters line. And this now, if they score here, all of a sudden I think we'll put them pretty much in charge of the match. But at the moment, Wales can't get hold of the ball. They can't get out of their own half. And they're just conceding far too many penalties to remain competitive. Thoughts on the box prospects on the Irish tour? It's going to be an absolute cracker, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know, actually. We're supposed to be telling how quickly we can get going. Tyg, a bit of a messy line at that. And Wales, one stage looked pretty well set. Now I'm looking to try and shift it towards the right-hand side. Wales need to adjust here. Gibson Park does take it. Wants to go himself. Just short there's Gibson Park. Joe McCarthy's going to pick up and go. Right on the brink here, Ireland looking at that second try. Ty Burn pops up to Caelan Doris. Doris over the line, but then shoved back. Good defense there from Wales. Now, once again, just short. It's really good defense, but they don't have too many numbers. They need to shift across here to Wales. Another great tackle, this from Wales. Really impressive defense to this. Now, a bit of a space there. George North making a good tackle. Caelan Doris. If they go wide, long pass out wide. Rear dice come across there. Robbie Henshaw by Calvin Nash. Really good defense, this from Wales. Gibson Park now taking a bit of time. Goes to Peter O'Mahony behind the gain line, though. So they're behind the 5-meter line. 9 phase now. Josh van der Fleer. Met well in the tackle by Garrett Thomas. He's been very good with his defense so far. Doris now. Daff Jenkins getting up nice and early. This is good defense here from Wales, but Ireland remaining patient. Now Joe McCarthy. Joe McCarthy makes the break. Penalty advantage for Ireland as well. Now Crowley to Nash. Ball over the top to James Lowe. Thumbs up from the touch judge, and there it is, the second try. There's always seen a bit of space on the left-hand side there, but as soon as Ireland started running their hands, Wales defended well, but committed too many numbers, unfortunately, and that is his 14th try, James Lowe, in his 29th game for Ireland, the New Zealand-born winger. And this is over here. There's one break there from Joe McCarthy. That's what creates the overlap. And you can see they're starting to try and shift, but there's just too many numbers here. Try to get the tackle onto Nash, but does really well to get the ball over the top of the defender. And it falls into the hands of James Lowe. He's got nobody in front of him. Easiest finish of his career. And go 15 points to 0 up in the 32nd minute with the kick to come. Right, and Jack Crowley will have his third kick of the day. Probably the most difficult one. The predicted kick is 44%. Up against touchline. 40 meters on the angle on the left-hand side. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Right, just wants to start this on the... No, he started it just straightened up. And Will Bender, very nice kick there from Jack Crowley. He brings up the flags. 70 points to 0. Ireland very much in charge here. If Wales don't score next, then I feel it's going to become a long day at the office for Warren Gatland's men, who at the moment don't really have many options or answers to what Ireland are doing, and they just can't get their hands on the ball. I think that's been the biggest thing, is that they've spent 33 minutes defending. So he asked, who do you think is going to win this clash? 89% going with Ireland, which I think is probably a good... a pretty safe bet, especially the way things are going at the moment. Now McCarthy. Gibson Park goes to the boot. Winnett steps inside. Good take from him. Now Thomas Williams goes to... I can still look at the wrap around. Gets the offload away in the midfield there to Tommy Raffel. First opportunity now for Wales to really attack. Williams going to George North. George North going himself. Doesn't quite have the pace he once had, George North, but still a very good ball carrier. Nice and solid, and we all know how much strength he has. Garrett Thomas now. Slide outside. A good carry from him. Gibson Park with the counter-attack. Penalty advantage here for Wales. A bit of free roll of the dice. They've got space as well. Win it. Popping it up to Adam to rear die. Rear die steps inside. Much better this from the away side. Now Azarati will show and go from the tight head. Spins in the contact. Loses the ball. Will go back for the penalty. And Wales have no option but to kick to the corner. Right, this will actually, I think, be the first time Wales are actually going into the Ireland 22. If you look at the stats, I think it was at one stage, Ireland are averaging 2.8 points per entry, across 5 minutes to 22. Wales are averaging 0 points scored, and it's because they haven't actually been in the 22 meters yet. So, also interesting, you look at the ruck speed here from that's a very good line there from Aaron Wainwright. Looking for the rolling more here. Wales, it looks reasonably well set. Now, once the call, starting to move, but Williams wants to use it. Inside ball to Josh Adams, and he's lined up by Josh Panafria, and Bundyaki gets over that ball, but illegally so. Hands beyond the ball is the call. Options here for Wales. I wouldn't take the scrum. Probably look back for the line, I would imagine. Other option would be to tap and go. Apparently, one of the hardest working players is Bundyaki. A couple of his players talking about, you won't believe the amount of analysis he does, the amount of research he does on opponents. Apparently, really spends a lot of time off the field, working out his game, working out where he's got opportunities, where he needs to improve. So, very cool to hear that and then see the sort of the results of it, which is one of the best players in the world at the moment in Bundyaki. Right, good line take there from Adam Beer, but I think the ball's gone loose. Not forward though. Not too many options there for Tompkins. Goes to George North. He throws away Robbie Henshaw. Comes back on the inside. He's carried pretty well, but now he's driven back as George North. Not too much momentum yet for Wales. Someone needs to get on the front foot. It will be Gareth Thomas who'll do just that. That's a nice carry from him. But a penalty going off the feet once again from Wales. So that's another big mistake from a Welsh side, which just cannot find any momentum at the moment. But yeah, if you look at the ruck speed, it's quite interesting. If you look at Wales, very slow ruck speed. Only 39% of their ruck speeds have been 0 to 3 seconds, 27% at 3 to 6 seconds, and 13% at 6+ seconds. If you look at Ireland, 57% between that 0 to 3 second ruck speeds. So very much looking to play a bit more rugby and try and get that going quickly there. That's a horrible line once again from Ireland, but they'll have another opportunity. Thomas Williams not able to get onto that ball. So... yeah, the lineup not really looking good here from Ireland, which is interesting. They're usually very solid set piece side, but so far it's not been good at all. So a conversation between Porter and Sheehan's giving the call. And then it's Skew. It's Skew. Big problems there. That's a free kick actually. So free taken here from Wales. Alex Mann carrying it up. Now Tompkins to Costello. This is nice work. Really good line there from Rio Dyer. Into 22, Wales go. Gareth Thomas. Mid well on the tackle though. Big opportunity here for Wales just for half time. Tompkins. Oh no, that's dreadful. And Tompkins is fuming at Adam Beard. He can't understand how Adam Beard didn't catch that. I don't know if Adam Beard wasn't expecting it. I don't think it was the best pass from Nick Tompkins, but it didn't seem terrible. So just a bit of a poor error, this. That was a nice angle, though, being run by Rio Dye, getting away from James Lowe. And you can see the take there from Nick Tompkins, and he pops it up. And that's really poor. Adam Beard just watching it go towards Alex Mann. Yeah, so you can see the 2-4 not happy with Nick Tompkins. I think at the end of the day, the ball's there. Take the damn thing. I think that's probably on Adam Beard, if you ask me. Right, so another scrum, yeah. Less than a minute left on the clock. So Ireland at this stage going to go with a pretty healthy lead. Big opportunity there for Wales to try and score some points for half-time, which would have hopefully given them a bit of momentum into the second half. But at the moment, really struggling. It's going to be another big scrum here from Ireland. But a bit of a counter shove there from Wales. But ball available for Gibson Park. No advantage there. Crowley goes to Bundyaki. Good tackle there from Sam Costello. Gibson Park looking to snipe. Now Henshaw out up against the wing. He comes inside. Gibson Park flows it to low first receiver. Porter shows and goes. Just over 15 seconds left on the clock. Bundyaki now. Back on the angle. Looking for a bit of space. Good tackle from Maserati. Gibson Park looking to snipe. Gives away to Crowley eventually. Now down to Frawley. And George North is there. All right, that is time up, by the way. 40 minutes. Clock turns red. So last phase of the half. And this is a penalty. Henshaw going to Bundyaki on the angle. Strong carry there from Bundyaki. Counter-ruck coming from Wales, but eventually it is secured. Ball available for Gibson Park. It'll be interesting to see if they want to play this or they just decided to take half time. They just decided to take half time. Currie kicks into the crowd, and Ireland will go into the change room. The home side ahead, 17 points to 0. Wales not really been in the contest so far, but not massively behind. So, you know, score a try after half time, and all of a sudden they can be right back into the match. But at the moment, very comfortable are the home side, and yeah, no, with another 40 to go, you'd expect them at this stage to be able to get the job done. But let's wait and see. Please don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys shortly after the break. And yeah, let's see what happens. We're back for the second half as Wales get things underway. Sam Costello goes down the left-hand side. Ireland 17 points to 0. A dominant first half by Ireland. Not a phenomenal one from them. Ty Burn getting a bit of an early break there, where I thought that they really struggled a little bit to find a bit of momentum. You know, they weren't as fluid as they usually are, Ireland, and I thought Wales generally defended pretty well. Ball over the top towards Bandiaki. Josh Adams having to go across, but he's kept inside. Eventually, attack came for Tony Fells. So Ireland already on the front foot. They had a 30-meter pass being thrown to Bandiaki, and ripping the ball there. So I thought that Wales have defended well for patches and decent lengths of time as well, but just, you know, there's just too much pressure on them at the moment. Cameron Winnett chipping and chasing and getting it back. It's a very nice contribution there for the fullback. Now Aaron Wainwright trying to get back on the front foot there. Good hands, good hands. Adam Beard making a few meters. It's much better from Wales. Into Ireland half they go. Daft Jenkins, the captain. Now Costello, not too much options. Hooks to the left-hand side. Tommy Riffel and Rio Dye will give chase. Crowley goes up and Riffel's there to make the tackle. So give the ball back there, have Wales to Ireland, and hope that they will kick, and they will do. James Lowe. And Winner's underneath it. Right, now what's Winner going to do? I think he sees a bit of space on the left-hand side. He's looking to run this. I think we'll see a bit of chip and chase. No, he goes himself. Tackle comes from Andrew Porter. Penalty there for Wales as well, for not really taken though from Thomas Williams. Needs support. Yeah, almost penalty advantage there. Kevin Doris then saying he never had the ball. Oh, almost the side ball is there for Winnett, but nice, completely isolated. Support does come, and penalty advantage there for Wales. And there's going to be a conversation now, I think, with Peter O'Mahony. He'll back-to-back penalties. Yeah, Biardi putting a bit of Marnie into place. Marnie had a couple of questions and a couple of retorts, and Biardi very rightly saying it's not a discussion. I'm telling you exactly what's happening. And there we go, taking charge. I enjoy the communication from Andrea Biardi. I think he's communicates quite well, and he's quite precise, and he backs himself up here. But a couple of nice contributions there from Cameron Winnett. Darren earlier saying it's not that Ireland is great, but that the other five nations are terrible. That gives the Irish opinion that they are world champs. Yeah, listen, Ireland are pretty good. They have beaten, they did beat New Zealand in New Zealand. I think the last time we beat Ireland was about 4 years ago. Yeah, to say that the Ireland are not great is a big shout. A very, very big shout. And Cameron Winnett, well, they cut above his eye for his efforts. Right, so Owen Lloyd's been ready, Chas, but I think Winnett's going to be okay to continue. Right, there we go. It's a good kick there from San Costello. They are 6.1 meters away from the try line. An early try here from Wales. I think they can open up the game a little bit here. It's a good take there to Adam Beard. Once is the core, a couple of players that are coming to add their weight. And they have got a bit of momentum here, do Wales. They have got a bit more momentum. It's going, they're just short. I think he's over. I think he's going to have a look here, is Piardi. I think that they managed to get over. I think just. Right, so we're going to have a check here. Right, just trying to look for where the ball is here. It's going to be a difficult decision to give because I just say they just can't see where the ball is. Yeah, I'll be surprised this is awarded just because you just can't see anything. So the question was, they asked if there was a change of bind here, which would obviously be obstruction, a penalty for Ireland. Right, so there is, I think it's Alex Mann. He's got it. And I think from that angle, it looks like a try. No Granny, apparently it's 30 and most. Can't see anything. I think it's going to be a yellow card. I think it's a change of bind against Ireland here. Well, big moment in the game that. It's a penalty try for Wales. It's a yellow card for Tyg Byrne. And if Wales needed something, an opportunity to get back to the game, this is exactly it. The game deficit drops down to 10, but more to the point, they will have a one-man advantage for the next 10 minutes. Right, so we've seen Wales come back against Scotland. Can they come back against Ireland? They would blow the entire Six Nations open, by the way, if they were to win this game. Down the right-hand side, it's a good take that from Daft Jenkins. No subs yet from either side. Garrett Thomas there, I don't think particularly happy. He's holding his face. I think he's might going to stay down. Good to chase that from Mira Dye, but done well. There's Kieran Frawley. Buy himself a bit of time, get a bit of support. Ireland back inside their own half. Ireland, Wales are very deliberately not kicked for touch so far in this game, which is quite interesting. They don't want to give Ireland that set piece to be able to sort of formulate an attack. Although, ironically, the line's actually been pretty poor. Good tackle that on Jack Crowley. And Tommy Rafal's over the ball, but misses it. Gibson Park looking to snipe. Getting the all away to Josh van der Vliet. Nick Tompkins there to make the tackle. Josh Adams trying to get over that ball, but missing it. Now back to the right-hand side. Pops up to Tyler Furlong. Pops up to Bandiaki. Bandiaki spins away. Bandiaki found a bit of space. Great tackle that was from Daft Jenkins. But a bit of momentum here. Now Crowley options. Goes to Frawley. Now Gibson Park. Left-hand side now. Peter Marnigo himself. Now James Lowe. Strong leg drive. Wales going through the phases here. Inside ball from Caelan Doris to Furlong. He's wrapped well. Balls come loose, but no Welsh players are there. And now the balls come loose on a couple of boots. Turnover ball to Daft Jenkins. So Wales come away with it. Good work that from Wales. Absorbing a lot of pressure there. Williams goes all the way back to Cam Winnett. Not too many options. He wants to run himself. He's seeing a bit of space. Not sure is the right option, but a couple of his teammates do come to support. Now Williams sees a bit of space on the left side. Wants to go and snipe himself. Almost through. Bench tackle comes from Gibson Park. What a player he is. Now, quick defense out there from Joe McCarthy. Needs to be careful not to stray offside. Someone has lost a boot. I'd imagine it's an Ireland player it's a Welsh player with the way that Andrew Porter has thrown it away down the field. Up and under there to Frawley. Frawley looked into kick, but then runs into Stan Costello, who's there to make a good tackle. Gibson Park goes to Doris. Good hands. Dan Sheehan looking to good. put their footwork in, but it's a good tackle from George North. Gibson Park taking his time, goes to Andrew Porter. Still trying to work out who's running around without a boot. As Crowley almost finds a bit of space. There's Winnett. Just outside the 22 to James Lowe. So he doesn't have to set 22 the touch. He's going to go to the booter as James Lowe. Thomas Williams will return the favour. More central. Good take there. Now Frawley looking at his options. Steps away from Williams. Then chips over the top. There's Frawley. And Aaron Wainwright's back there. He's done very, very well as Aaron Wainwright. Now he goes to the boot. I'll tell you what, there's nobody back. And he's chasing himself. Aaron Wainwright's a current one-man machine over here. And eventually Crowley's going to kick in. I think he's looking for touch. He's not going to find it. Ball back inside to Williams. Now back to Winnett. Yeah, does well to spin back towards a bit of his support. So back on the halfway line now, Wales. Long patch to play here. I mean, Ty Burns' yellow card's already halfway up. George North. As I said, he's not the quickest man anymore, but he just always seems to find a bit of space. That's a nice offload. Costello now into the half. Still trying to work out who's missing a boot. Nice little inside ball there. Wales growing with confidence here. Chip over the top. Tompkins not able to get there. A lot of traffic for him to get through. Ball out towards James Lowe. Shifts below. It's right into the hands of Cam Winnett. He steps away from James Lowe. Almost through the tackle. Good work there from Cam Winnett. Very nice work this from Wales. Now Azarati just does what good old tight ends do and just takes the contact. Set a bit more structure. Daft Jenkins. Ball over the top. Space here enough for Rio Dyer. Rio Dyer steps inside. Aaron Wainwright there adding support. Now back inside. And there's the knock-on from Nick Tompkins. The rush defense from Ireland doing the job. Yeah, turnover ball, here it is. So all that pressure from Wales coming to nothing, unfortunately. And good take there from San Costello. But once again, still St. Patch to play, by the way. That boot's been lying there for ages, and I've got no idea who it is. It must be an Irish player. I keep looking at all the Welsh players. Now Williams' kick. I think he might take a touch. It will stay inside. Rio Dyer comes with forward of Rio Dyer, goes to Frawley. Gibson Park now gives it off to Joe McCarthy. McCarthy spins away. Eventually brought down by his opposite number, Daft Jenkins. Now a bit of space for Bandiaki. Trying to hand free his hands. George North. Good tackle from him. Right up against touchline. Crowley spins back inside. Now Peter O'Mahony. I mean, this is mental. This has almost been 8 minutes of continuous play. These players are going to be buggered if they continue like this. Forward, not too many options. Goes to the cross kick. Into the Alvin Nash's hands. Good tackle there from Rio Dyer. What a pasture play this is. Ty Furlong. Good tackle once again. George North really starting to show his physicality so far in the second half. Now a little chip over the top for Crowley. It's a good take there from Josh Adams though. Bandiaki there. Very, very good work there from Cam Winnett and Nick Tompkins to manage to protect that ball. So it is Welsh ball. Azarati comes in and fills in that scrum off. And eventually a penalty for a high tackle comes for Wales. What a pasture play that was. Absolutely mental. I think Josh Bennett could be going off here, by the way, for an HIA from the looks of it. Yeah, HIA. So Jack Conan is onto the park. We'll see Kellen Doris go onto the flank. So Josh Bennett will leave the park for a bit. You'll want to come back on there. All right, Dylan Lewis on for Wales. So first couple of serves here. One is with injury enforced, but Dylan Lewis on for Kieran Azarati. So replacement of tight head for Wales. It was Gareth Thomas, so I think his boot was. Running around without a boot for a while. He's been very good today as Gareth Thomas. All right, and they'll try and they'll hope that that'll sort of shore up the scrums a little bit. It was a long day in the obviously for Kieran Azarati. So penalty now for Wales. Definitely feel the momentum has shifted slightly. Not the best kick from Sam Costello. I don't think he's found much more than about 10 meters there. He's basically found 4 meters there. Right, so line out on the halfway line now for Wales. Should definitely, I think, will take a lot of confidence from that. But Tyburn can't be too much time left on that yellow card, simply because that was such another penalty there for Wales. This time with more of an angle coming through there. So all of a sudden, Ireland discipline is letting them down. Funny how the tables can turn. Right, it's a much better kick from Sam Costello. So Wales up to 22 and feeling full of confidence. I think another try here, and this is really, really game on. They go to the front of the line, I'll do Wales. Elliot D comes inside. It's good work from them. Daff Jenkins picks up and goes, makes a yard or two. The Welsh captain. Now Alex Mann, that's a good K from him. This is much better from Wales. Now pick up and go from Tony Raffel. They're making yards every single time as well. Now Wainwright. And a penalty advantage for offside. Yeah, so free roll the dice here for Wales. Wales goes on the right-hand side to Elliot D. Pick up and go from Josh Adams. Williams looking for options. Goes to Alex Mann, steps inside. Still advantage there for Wales. Now Dick Tompkins pops it up to Costello. And his kick has been touched. And Frawley will come away with it. They'll go back for the penalty with Wales. Once again, kick to the corner. This time they'll be 5 meters out. Very, very, very impressive work this from Wales. The confidence that they've suddenly started to play with is really, really cool to see. Well, here comes a Tyburn. So yellow card is up. Felt like he was barely gone. Good line out, looking for the rolling more. Yeah, looks pretty well set as well. So Tyburn needs to be careful. This is where he had that yellow card last time. But now Elliot D trying to... this has been turned over. I think it has been turned over from Ireland. That's been turned over from Tyburn. How's that for an impact back straight off the bench? Very frustrating for Wales, who've been really good and deserve to be in that position. But they've turned the ball over now. And Gibson Park will clear. But still opportunity for Wales. They're about 50 meters out now. And you can see Tyburn working really hard to get through the middle. Using his big arms and managing to get up around and grab Elliot D. And just rips the ball as he goes down. I'm hearing 5 and 6. So if that is Ireland, that will be Peter O'Mahony and Ty Byrne. I'd be very surprised if they just turn around. So I'd imagine that is Wales. So it looks like Alex Mann and Adam Beard is giving way, which means that Will Rowlands comes on, as does, I think it's Mackenzie Martin for a debut. And I'm a massive Will Rowlands fan, so I think that's a really good call. Right, now here comes a bunch of replacements as well. James Ryan on for Ireland, as is Ryan Beard, as is Ollie Jaeger, as is Ronnie Killer here, I think. Yep, so running the changes, there's Andy Farrell. Right, now Williams goes to Nick Tompkins. Nice and direct from the number 12. Pick up and go from Rafal. Pick up and go from Will Rowlands. Now playing his rugby in France in the big block. Tom Rafal. So okay from him. Aaron Wainwright. Working really hard, yeah. Keeping it nice and tight at the moment, Charles Wales. Aaron Wainwright. Dylan Lewis, pick up and go, not making any yards, but sucking in some more Irish defenders. That's the main thing. Tommy Rafal picks up and goes. And get the first carry for international rugby from Mackenzie Martin. Now on the angle goes, I think it was Lewis again. Now Will Rowlands. Not too much advantage here from Wales. Aaron Wainwright working really hard on the tackle to try and find a metre or two. But so far it's good defence from Ireland. Now down the right hand side, Will Rowlands is wrapped up by Crowley. Pick up and go from George North. That's a bit better from Wales, finding a metre or two. Elliot D, backed up by his tight head. Now Tommy Rafal. Good defences from Ireland. They're going to 18 phases here, Wales. Can they make something happen, though? Daft Jenkins. Ronan Keller here wins the penalty. Not entirely sure that he released, but I think that's a bit silly from Elliot D, who just ran away from all the support and ran into Ronan Keller here. I'm not convinced released him, but 20 phases and next to no gain line being given away there by Ireland. That was really, really impressive defensive effort there. In fact, that could swing the game right back to into Ireland's favour. Yes, they are winning by 10 points, but they've been under the cosh in the last 10 minutes. 122 tackles made by Wales, 20 missed. 87 tackles made by Ireland, 9 missed. I reckon that's 87. A good 28 of those are probably within the last sort of 5-10 minutes. You can see the frustration there from Sam Costello, as well as from Elliot D. Right, Ronan Keller here. Man who won the penalty. It's a horrible line out. I don't think that was straight either. It's gone back to Currie and Jack Crowley. I'm not entirely sure how that Piardi hasn't judged that to be not in straight, but anyway. Josh Adams off, by the way. Mason Grady on the wing. Very, very promising players, Mason Grady. Bandiaki, solid carry from him. Now down the street. Oh, I'll tell you what, Calvin Nash is perilously close to that touch line. Probably flat to Conan, to Bandiaki. Bandiaki going himself. Will Rowlands making the tackle. Friday going short to Ty Byrne. Solid carry from him. Now Frawley. James Lowe. Good tackle on him. Penalty advantage ball side, and Ronan Keller has made a line break. Nobody there for him to offload to. So roll the dice here. Crowley flings it to Robbie Henshaw. Henshaw goes inside to James Lowe. He has to offload it. Gibson Park. No one there to offload, but they're 5 minutes out here, Ireland. James Lowe goes to Crowley. Hands. Nash. Good tackle there from Rio Dyer. Just short, Joe. Right on the doorstep here, Ireland. Desperate defense, now needed by Wales. Jack Crowley, there's so much space. Bundyaki, oh my Bundyaki, well, he has to go over. He does, and he just as well, because he had two players outside him. That could have been the butcher of the year. But he's managed to go over as Bundyaki backed himself, and he did deliver, and that will be a real sucker punch to Wales, who were really going into the game. So very unfortunate for them. The initial break was really good from Brendan Kelly, which sort of sparked that momentum. And then he had so many options here. Trying to have a charge down, Jack Crowley. So 20 minutes to go. Ireland have just hit back with their third try. Kick to come to make it 24 points to 7. Again, I think if Wales had scored that try and all of a sudden it was a 3-point game, things could have been interesting. But unfortunately, I think this could be the swinging turning point of the game. I think that Ireland absorbed all the pressure from Wales. They've now been able to get themselves back into Welsh territory. I don't know if we're having a look here or something. So they are checking. There was a penalty advantage. Well, that's huge. Try will be disallowed. It was a knock-on by Calvin Nash after he said advantage over, which means it's going to go back and it's going to be a Welsh scrum after all that. There we go. You see, coming from Henshaw, and then Nash. Yeah, I think it's from, yeah, it's there. When the hands go, the ball comes through the hands of Robbie Henshaw. Then it gets kind of flicked on by Ryan Beard. Yeah. No try, and it'll be a scrum for Wales. Well, that's a big moment in the game. A big lifeline to Wales. So a try has been disallowed. Wales will hang on. And if they can clear themselves, get themselves back into Iron territory, then once again, I think they'll be back. They'll be fancying themselves here. Right, Ryan Elias comes to the park. Garrett Thomas also leaves it. So Corey Domachowski. So it's a brand new front row here for both teams. Although I think Andrew Porter actually might still be on. I'm not sure if Kian Healy's on. It looks like Porter on the side, from the far side there. So I think it's just Porter that remains of the starting 6 front rows. We have a reset here. Right, so the reset. Josh Pinaflair, by the way, is not going to come back on. We don't know if that means he failed the HIA or whether that's just a precaution. Much more so scrum that from Wales. They're not going to get a penalty or anything yet, but they're holding firm. Williams gets it away to Costello under a little bit of pressure. Won't find touch. Rio Dyer needs to work hard yet. Put a bit of pressure on Nash. Goes inside to Frawley. Frawley trying to get Ryan back on the front foot. It's inside the 22. Goes to Tyke Byrne. Tompkins up for the task. All available for Gibson Parker on the left-hand side there. Crowley going to Nash. There's a bit of an overlap here. Once again, it's George North who makes a brilliant tackle. Up against the short side. Jack Conan manages to stay in as well. Now James Ryan. And that's a knock on from Andrew Porter. It's great hands that from Thomas Williams. Costello. Looks options, goes to Nick Tompkins. Nick Tompkins needs a bit of options. Eventually somebody goes to the boot. It's a good kick as well. Depending on the bounce, it could be a great kick. Well, I'll tell you what. Rio Dye is pumping his legs to get there. James Lowe's going all the way back. And a bit of pressure as James Lowe. Rio Dye's done really well there. Now Thomas Williams wants to get over that ball. They've done very well to get back there, have Wales. You can see the frustration from Thomas Williams. Wry smile on his face. Really good work that from Rio Dye. All the way back to the 22 now, Ireland. And I think Gibson Park will just look to find touch. He does find touch. Good work that from Wales. Really, really good work. I tell you what, they're not out of this game by any means. 18 minutes left on the clock. Staying in the fight, forcing a couple of errors out of Ireland, putting them under pressure. And this is probably the most Ireland have actually been tested so far, the Six Nations. This is a great offload that from Williams. Right, Ryan Lyas, his first line out. It's a messy one. It's going to fall to Yorona Kelly. He's going to pop it up to Caelan Doris. So, line outs have been a problem for both teams today. Not the start that Ryan Lyas would have liked. Gibson Park listed. Goes pretty deep. Winners underneath it. Going away from Calvin Nash. Often looks to run as Cam Winners. Williams going to Costello. Costello wants to go himself. So it's Nick Tompkins rather. Off their feet, the Ireland players. Williams now asking for a couple of blockers. Going to go to the butcher. Still no Kieran Hardy. Pretty deep, and Crowley goes up and comes down in amongst a lot of Ireland players, so doing a lot to try and protect him. Gibson Park fires it off to Jack Conan. Now Gibson Park. Nash will chase. Williams is there. Williams goes down the centre of the park to Crowley. Crowley puts it out for Frawley to chase. And Winner's done brilliantly there. Really, I've been very impressed with Cam Winner today. Looks a really good player at this level. Now Costello sort of just hacks it down the left-hand side. Up against the touchline, Crowley goes. I'll tell you what, they didn't get to 22, by the way. That is an absolutely brilliant... Oh, it's just outside 22. Almost a brilliant 50-22 there coming from Jack Crowley. But yeah, just pinning Wales back. It's game management now, really, for Ireland. I think, you know, the bonus point is not really on the mind right now. There's Mackenzie Martin, the debutant. 20 years old. Big player is Mackenzie Martin, quite literally. One of the next generation of players that Warren Gatton's trying to get going in this well set up. Calvin Nash on the run. Good tackle there from Mackenzie Martin. Good technique. A bit of a run up. Good carry there from Ryan Beard. Now go down the left hand side. Running the hands of Bundyaki. Going to James Lowe. James Lowe with a bit of space, but George North is there. Backwards off the Ireland players. Not hard man stayed in, to be honest. Gibson Park fires to Frawley. Frawley goes to Doris. Doris inside ball to Beard. That's a good read there from San Costello, I think it is. And a penalty here for Ireland. I tell you, it wouldn't surprise me. They're going to go for the corner. If I was Ireland, I'd almost be tempted to take the points here. It's not the easiest points to take. But they're under pressure here. But I think score a try here, and obviously that would be the game pretty much done. Hands in the ruck. There's the call on, I think it was Dylan Lewis or Donachowski. Here comes Kieran Hardy. He'll replace Thomas Williams. I thought I had a good game. Should McCloskey onto the park as well? Well, both the centers are still on, so it must be onto the wing then, the McCloskey. There's James Lowe, so it must be on for Calvin Nash. Now they've got a Bundyaki, the wrecking ball. Just short. Now Conan. Good defense. Penalty advantage offside, and Frawley. Straight through. Far too easy. Far too easy. That could be the game. The pressure, and then Frawley spotting the gap. A rare start for him in the fullback jersey. It's very weird watching an Ireland team that doesn't have Currie at fullback, but just his third game for Ireland. Kieran Frawley gets his first international try. I'll remember that for a long time to come. And a very important try at a very important time. No issues there, obviously, for Jack Crowley. And they go 24 points to 7. And unfortunately, I think that could very much be that. What a moment that is for the young Kieran Frawley. I'm sure we'll play many, many games for Ireland. Right, Wales on the east on the left-hand side. We are Dye giving chase, and Wainwright making the tackle. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we see any more subs here. Once again, looking to run out of the 22, and he did straight through the Ryan Beard. He's got chance to Gibson Park for company. It's a horrible pass to Gibson Park. He does very well to hold on to it. Good tackle eventually coming from Ryan Elias. But Ireland right back on the front foot, and that's suddenly that bonus point try comes back into contention. Now a knocker coming from Ireland. Ryan Elias as well to go around the ground. Turnover ball here for Wales. Aaron Wainwright. Long pass out towards Costello. Sorry, it's Nick Tompkins. No, it's Costello. Now it's Tompkins. Not too many options. Ball comes off for Will Rowlands, and they'll go back for the original knock-on from Ireland, which means it'll be a Welsh scrum with 11 minutes to go. Been a much more impressive half this from Wales, and I think I'll be interested to see what Warwick has to say after the game. I think in terms of taking steps forward, there's been a huge leap forward this for Ireland. Gibson Park does make way, which means that the Centurion Conor Murray will come on. So I think that is the full bench on for Ireland, although I'm not convinced that McCloskey's actually on here. I haven't seen, so it must be on the right wing there in place of Calvin Nash. Oh yeah, there he is. He is indeed. It's a big man to have on the wing. 691 meters made by Ireland compared to 288 of Wales. Game on set is pretty similar, 44 to 33. Not too much into that. Obviously, a lot more carries for Ireland than Wales, but Wales have been much better this half, though. Penalty that for Wales. First Welsh penalty at scrum time. Important for them to try and get within 7 if they want to try and get a point out of the game. Right, so Ryan Lance, ball in hand, hop between the 10 meter and the 22. Can Wales get a try back here? This about 8 minutes left to go, just over 8 minutes to go. Flat for Costello. Tompkins fires it flat, and that's a rare mistake from George North. Pretty poor one as well. Kieran Currie now hacks it ahead, and win it is well placed. He'll return the favour with the boot. Will Cam win it? Up against touchline. James Lowe got plenty of time. He's bring out that banana kick, but it's gone straight down the throat of, I think it's Sam Costello. Puts it high in the air. Rio dies after this. And it's come off of Dyer and fallen back towards George North, but a knock-on coming from Ireland. So it'll be a Welsh scrum. And this had a penalty as well. It's an opportunity here, maybe. All right, there goes that Costello. Owen Lloyd now will come on for the last 8 minutes. And there goes Andrew Porter. So Kieran Heater will be on, and I believe that will be both full benches on now. Yeah, it is. So all that 16 replacements onto the park. No stability there, so we're going to have a reset. So reminder, the Calcutta Cup will kick off in just under an hour. Scotland versus England. Scotland hosting it at Murrayfield. Should be a really good game. Expect to see Scotland. I think Scotland will come away with it, but England, you never know really what to expect with the English side. So very interesting to see how things go there. Right, Kieran Hardy. Free the Welsh scrum, looking a lot better since they made those replacements. Now on the right-hand side, Tompkins, wrap around to Hardy. Hardy squaring up James Lowe, getting behind him and tackled by Robbie Henshaw. Good work there from Kieran Hardy. Into the 22, Wales go. Quick ball now, Lloyd. Going to Will Rowlands. Nice start, okay, from the big lock. Now Hardy going to Lloyd. Good hands, good hands. Well held on by Mackenzie Martin. Backwards is the call. Lost ball in contact. Now Lloyd. Pops it to you. Win it almost to the goal side. Win it, it's through. Looking for the offload. Gets away to Rio Dyer. Rio Dyer inside. Rio Dyer still going. Eventually the tackle comes from Stuart McCloskey. Flat from Lloyd. Good work there. I think it's no, he's played the scrum off. Yeah, penalty advantage here for Wales. Taking it quickly, he has Kieran Hardy. Now 10 metres short show, Wales. Aaron Wainwright, penalty advantage as well for Wales. Good work there from Kieran Hardy. Still advantage there for Wales. They've set up to on the left-hand side. Now the entire backline shifting towards the right. Mackenzie Martin, pick up and go. I think we're going to see this go to Lloyd. I think we'll see one more pick up and go here from Wales. Kieran Hardy just letting them do their thing. Dylan Lewis. Now we're going to see Lloyd go to... Right, what can they conjure up? Tompkins goes short to George North, spinning the tackle, making a few yards. Pick up and go, Kieran Hardy pops it to Nick Tompkins. Tompkins just short. They're 2 metres out, Charles Wales. Still penalty advantage. Wainwright just short. Lewis wants to go. He's also just short. Mackenzie Martin on debut, just short. Rafael just short as well. Keeping in the forward show, Wales. Wainwright, just short. They've now switched to the back line. Back on the angle. I think that was George Knorr. I think that's Adam Beard. No, it can't be Adam Beard. He's off. Pick up and go. Rafael pops it up to Nick Tompkins. Showing go from Nick Tompkins. Not too much momentum here for Wales. And they're going to have a penalty. And I believe it looks like it could be a yellow card here for Ireland. It looks like he's going to the pocket. So it is a yellow card for Ireland. They'll finish the game with 14 men. 4 penalties, 19. And off goes James Ryan, I believe. Number 6, HRA. So that'll be Peter O'Mahony. And yeah, so James Ryan that'll be the end of his game. Right, 4 minutes left. What can Wales conjure up here? They need to try, and they need to try and get back down there. A win is basically off the cards here. And I think Cam Willard's going off for an HIA. Australia, because he had a really good game. I don't think he'll be able to come back on with the time that he has left. Right, Ryan last. I think they're going to take a tap and go here. Yeah, good platform there from Ryan Elias. Pick up and go from Dylan Lewis. Kenzie Martin caught short. Rafael short. And Wainwright, very upright, almost over Wainwright. And held up. What defense that is from Ireland. Not sure Wainwright should have taken that option, to be honest. I think he should have kept it low. Trying to recycle for another phase. So frustrating, all that effort from Wales. You can just see, just trying to ride the contact and then getting over. And Kelleher just jumping to his knees just in front of him. And just not able to get that down. Caelan Doris coming in, adding his hands underneath there as well. Very good work that from Ireland. 3 minutes to go. Goal on drop out here for Jack Crowley. So let's see which of the Wales players will run this back. Well, it goes to Aaron Wainwright. Big carry from him. Kenzie Martin get offload. Costello back onto the park. George North. Ah, bless me. Whereas all the way back towards the halfway line, having to rebuild from deep, but 2.5 minutes left on the clock. A bit of an overlap. Big carry that, but a big hit on... I think that's... so Josh Adams has come in field there. And penalty for Ireland for playing the ball on the ground. McCloskey with a big tackle there. Shows you the depth that Ireland have got. When you think you've got Stu McCloskey coming off the bench. No Gary Ringrose at the moment, he's injured. And you've still got Bandiaki and Robbie Henshaw in your centres. Right, so Ireland now looking for that bonus point try. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. Bandiaki, the Six Nations player of the match, deserved. Been really, really good as Bandiaki. Once again, just playing such good rugby at the moment. Unstoppable. It's a good take that from... Right, so I'm just inside the 22. Oh, yeah, he carries it up. In fact, it's Key and Healy. Now Bandiaki, the man of the match. So it's desperately searching for that bonus point, Jar Island. Can they find that one moment? They're gaining momentum here. About 20 meters out. In fact, not even, probably about 50 meters out. Now a bit of space. Long pass out towards James Blow. He's got lots of work to do. Cuts back inside. George North is there to make the tackle. He's been good today as George North. Oh, yeah, you go. Now down the right-hand side goes Ken Healy. Looking for this bonus point, Jar Island. Desperate defense now from Wales. The clock has gone red. So the final few moments of the game here. Can they find that one person, that one moment, just getting that bonus point? Kian Healy. 14 phases so far from now Doris. Popping up to Crowley, almost through. Murray going to Tyburn. Oh, that's just lazy. That's really, really poor. And you can see Daft Jenkins is fuming about that. Ireland get the late bonus point. It will be Tyburn who has the final say. That will be the game, ladies and gentlemen. 29.7 with the kick to come. Thank you very much for joining me. And yeah, Tyburn on his 48th cap, 2 more to that big 50, 11th international trial. What a play he is. Did get out of card earlier, but 29 points to 7. Maybe feels a bit harsh on Wales, but shows you how you got to take your chances. And then for such a good defensive effort, this, you know, for a final really poor tackle from Daft Jenkins is very frustrating. This is one slip tackle there. Had to do better. And Tyburn goes over. People, thank you very much. We'll be live again in about half an hour for the Kolkata Cup. So we'll see you guys there. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well.